All right, hey everybody, Matt here from Around Square with a quick tutorial for you on how to string up your MKUltras. So if you know what these are all about, you know that there's a kind of a lock bead here. It's a very simple mechanism, and the lock function comes not from any kind of spring or anything inside. It's just a simple bead, and you've got the cord jammed in really tight, which gives enough friction so that it'll stay in place and not slide around on you. It'll keep it locked tight when you're wearing it on your wrist, but you're still able to slide it. But because it's compressed inside there, it makes it a little bit of a pain to restring if you don't know the hack. So today I'm going to show you the hack. You're going to need a set of pliers, something to cut the cords with. You can just use scissors if you want. And I like to use a thick elastic or something like that to grip the bead, because basically you're going to be jamming in the two pieces of cord side by side and pulling one while it drags the other through. So you want to get a good grip on there, and it makes life easier if you're doing this. So you're going to want to cut off, like, I don't know, maybe 2 inches, 1.5 inches of the drinking straw. And you want one of these thin straws, not something thick like a milkshake straw or something. And just use the tip of your knife to slice down lengthwise. And you want to get that as straight as possible so that you can open up the piece of straw. All right, then take the set that you're going to restring, and you want to trim off the ends. So these have a little bit of a fray or a tassel. So you want to trim them so they're nice and clean. And you want to especially make sure that there's no little melted bits. Sometimes we melt the cord to give it a clean finish, and that doesn't compress very well. So you want something fairly clean like that. Then I'm going to stagger the cords by 1.5 centimeters or so. Find that piece of straw. There it is. And then just open it up, load these in like you're making a little burrito or something, then roll it back up again. And you want the overlap on the straw, like it'll overlap to make it tighter than the original diameter there. And you want that overlap to have the same side over top of the other all the way along. If you've got it kind of crisscrossed, then it's going to jam up when you start to put it through your bead, right? So now we've got that all set up. You can slide the boss bead on, and it'll go on very easily for the first little section until you get to the second piece of cord. And that's where it's going to want to stop. And you want to have the cords staggered enough that you have a good section to grab onto there. Okay, so I'm going to grab that section with my pliers, and because these are small and kind of fiddly, I like to wrap something on there to give me a bit of grip. That also helps to keep my pliers away so I don't scratch the bead. And then get a good grip, then just pull, give it a little wiggle, and there you go. And you can see it's like the first one really pulled a lot through before it dragged the second segment through, but it did get the job done. And now we're set. So you can just adjust them and tie them off however you want to. I use the double overhand knot most of the time. And you can leave as much or as little of the cord as you want to give yourself a tassel, or just cut it off clean and burn it with a lighter to give a nice clean finish. All right. Then in terms of the length, it really depends on your own preference. I like to give myself about a palm width, and that's enough to do most of my short game style bugleri tricks, and the ends of the cord are not so long that they're constantly in the way. But of course, if you get fed up with the cords, you can always just loop them over and tuck them in like that. Then they're up out of the way. Nice clean finish. All right. So there you are. Thanks to everybody for the support on the MKUltras. They've been a big success so far. And yeah, looking at getting them back in stock as soon as possible here. All right, take care.